And we are back with USATF's Journey to Gold podcast, coming to you from the World Indoor Championships in Glasgow with Chase Jackson, shot put extraordinary. Thank you for joining us.
I love that you did the Scotland accent for me.
The Glasgow?
Glasgow.
You shouldn't have taught me.
I know.
The best guess?
Best guess?
Best
Best guess.
Best guess.
Favorite guess?
Favorite guess.
Best
Easily.
guess.
Both.
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 Easily. So we're going to get right into it. You gave me a little scare, so much of a scare that I didn't set my alarm and had to be alerted that you actually were in the ring. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, like, you're talking about me getting a boo-boo.
You had a boo-boo.
I did. I got a boo-boo.
You did not boo-boo, but you had a boo-boo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that means two things. I went to train on Thursday, which is like the day before you do like shakeout. I was only doing like 5 throws, and I kinked my hip, groin. It's that thing where you're an athlete and it's in the front, so you say groin, but the doc's like, it's your hip. And it was pretty bad. And it was bad because the ring was open 5 to 7 at night, and I competed the next morning. So not a long time to try and get yourself right.
It seemed like they didn't think about the logistics in that really well. Yeah.
They never think about that for us.
What's going on?
So, yeah, we could only throw that night and then have to wake up and leave really early in the morning for a morning session. But, yeah, I almost it was really hard. Doc came and talked to me that night and just kind of said, I want to mentally prepare you for, like, maybe, like, you might not be able to go, and I just want you to be ready for that. And I was like, I'm not ready for that, though. Like, but, yeah, I kind of had this thing in my head. I was sitting in my bed, like, trying to move my hip, and I was kind of, like, I didn't want it to, like, tighten up, and I was, like, doing everything I could to be like, I sat in the shower for, like, 2 hours, just, like, hot water on it, like, come on, like, we've got this,
you know? Warm
like,
this mug up.
I know, I was like, we got this, and I think it definitely, like, got better from the next morning when I went to see them. They were like, oh, this is, like, a little better, like, it's still not great, but better. And I was like, I tried. Like, I did everything I could in 6 hours to try and get it to work.
Yeah. Well, I saw you actually when they were giving you the news, and then I saw you obviously at the team meeting.
Yeah, I couldn't sit down.
And you couldn't sit down.
That's what was going on.
You didn't wonder why I was standing by the door?
I did wonder.
Yeah.
I was trying to mind my business.
And she was in rare form, too. Like, not rare form as in outside of yourself, but I could tell intrinsically you were kind of, like, calculating, like, man, I got to figure this out. Or did I blow it, like, a little bit?
It's that, like, did it really have to happen today?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, that, I kept, like, crying, and I think people were like, wonder, are you crying because it hurts? I'm like, no, I'm crying because I'm mad. Yeah. It's stupid. Like, I can't believe I got hurt, like, 10 hours before I need to go. But USATF Medical, like, kill it every time, don't they? They maneuvered me, just got me just to where I could do something.
Shout out to USATF Medical.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love them.
So how much pain were you in when you were actually throwing? I mean, did it get progressively worse as well with each throw, or?
The first 2 throws really hurt, which are my best throws, which is funny. But then the adrenaline kind of hit, and I kind of, like, lost. I was like, well, I think I'm fine, you know, like you. But then the minute it ended, I was like, oh, I'm not good.
Yeah.
I'm not good at all. But I could tell I wasn't throwing full out. Like, I could tell. And I think part of that's mental, because I literally was in the warm-up area where, like, the medical is, like, not on the track, but in the back. And I'm kind of warming up, and I'm doing my dries, but I can feel, like, that it's wrong, because me and my coach worked for, like, we've worked this whole indoor season, like, working the Krauser slide into my thing, and I was going to do it here, and I was ready, and I've been doing it, and I was really happy about it. Yeah. And so I had this whole plan, and it just got, like, smacked. Like, not only am I probably not going to be able to throw dynamic, I'm probably going to have to do static throws. I'm sitting there going, like, cool, I have to change, like, my whole thing. So I was sad I couldn't do that, because that's how I've been throwing. But then I just, like, sat there going, like, well, the plan's gone. And I started crying, and I was like, well, should I go out there? Because I don't know how this is going to go. Like, I haven't thrown the way I'm about to try and throw since, like, 2022. Mm-hmm. I had to go back to, like, a slow, like, moving kind of entry, which, like, I haven't done in years. So I'm like, what do I do, you know?
That's talent.
But I almost pulled out. Like, I don't think people said, how close were you? I was like, literally 10 minutes. Like, 10 minutes before they were about to take us. Like, now, I almost didn't go.
Where does that, sorry, Wally, where does that lack of fear in the face of adversity come from, really? Because you talk about, I'm almost pulled out 10 minutes before, and then you made the podium. You were on the podium last night receiving your award. So somewhere in between there, you dropped the F-bomb and was like, you know what? I got this. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my coach came up to me and I was crying, and he just came up and he goes, just remember Zurich. And I was like, oh yeah, because I had done the same thing in Zurich. I busted my toe and like Diamond League finals, like the big meet, like I qualified for it and everything. I was like, I gotta do this. And so I walked into Zurich with a boot, took it off through 20 and put it back on and left, and he said that, and he was like, you've done this kind of stuff before. Like, I know it's hard to like put it in perspective for like a Worlds. And he's like, but you're not like new to like having to like suck it up and figure something out. And also my mom came all the way from the U.S. I couldn't do that to her.
Yeah, you can't do moms like that.
Ain't no way I'm going to do that to her.
Came all the way from Albuquerque.
Yeah, she came all the way, and I was like, I just kind of remember being like, well, if anything, I need to go out there. And then if I'm warming up and I go, ooh, ain't no way. Yeah. Like, if I'm like, ooh, like,
yeah, I don't know.
Not happening. But it wasn't terrible. Like, my warm-ups were like, like, I was like, oh, okay. Like, high 18s. I was like, I'll take it. Like, get, like, into the top 8. Like, let's do this. Like, we can get this top 8. But then I, like, kept going, and I think the adrenaline was going, and I was like, oh, I might be able to do a little something. And then I did, and I kind of was like, oh, thank God I came out here, because, geez, I almost just I almost packed it in before it was even ready.
I'm sorry, I'm on the road. How much of that is the expectation of you being you, right? I'm defending world champ, I'm me, I can't go out here like, do I want to go out here and throw bad, or do I want to just not go out here at all? Or, hey, my mom is here from America, my in-laws are here, I'm sure. You had a nice group of fans out there and family cheering for you. So how much of that pressure is like, you know what? There's no way I can walk away.
I would say, like, the latter is, like, less of where I felt the pressure. Like, my family being there was like that kind of more like the last thing that kind of, like, pushed it. Yeah. But, like, the whole, like I'm, I had 2 world titles outdoors coming into it, and world silver from Belgrade. Mm-hmm. So, like, there is that expectation, like, is it just as bad for me to go and throw bad as it is for me to pull out when I'm already here? Like, people know I'm here, people seeing me, like, it'll cause like a whole kerfuffle regardless, right?
Kerfuffle, that's a good word.
Yeah. So it was very much that, like, it could go either way. So then that was kind of when the F it moment happened too, where I'm like, no matter what I do, like, people are gonna be disappointed or weirded out either way. So I might as well just go out there and do it.
Exactly.
So you end the indoor season the best way possible with a medal at a major championship. What does that do for your confidence going into the games?
Yeah, I think the medal is, like, less important to me than the fact I was able to, like, adapt as quickly as I did. It gave me, like, I feel like a lot of confidence now. It's like going into Paris, I feel like I'm ready if some BS happens. You know what I mean? Like, now I feel a bit better about, like, okay, like, I feel like I can have something terrible or, like, have a little niggle happen and be able to be like, okay, like, I can work with this. Like, I can do something now. So I think I ran up to my coach and I was like, oh my God, like, of course I was like, I wish I would have thrown, over 20 and won and stuff. But I just ran up to him. I was so excited. I said, I can't believe I pulled that off.
I can't believe I got a medal.
I said, ain't no way. And he was like, how? And I think people, like, expect you to be upset, like, oh, you're a world champion, you got a bronze, And I'm like, I feel like I'm quite happy about this medal. Like, it means kind of like a lot to me, this medal, because, like, I feel like I adapted well, and that gave me, like, a lot of confidence in myself as an athlete now, which I think is so good going into Paris to be like, oh yeah, like, if things go down, like, I can do something.
And it's a good check too. Like, it's, when you're at the top, it's difficult to, sustain motivation sometimes. And, it's like, I'm the best already type of deal. Not literally, but you know what I mean? So I think that's definitely a good, like, not that it is a reality check, but hey, I'm human and I can also, succeed through whatever adversity I'm faced. So.
Totally.
Hopefully you carry that motivation and momentum on well.
I better. I freaking better. Because it is hard. Like, there's so much expectation. Yeah. And so, like, you almost go, like, I'm like, I got a bronze medal. How can I even be a little bit like, oh, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
and it's
like, so many people are going home with nothing.
Yeah. And it's like, girl, get a grip. Like, you have a medal. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't be upset. So I was really happy. I felt really good. Like, I was proud of the girls because it was a good result. Like, I love that, like, my event itself is, like, on the up. Yeah. So, like, I can't complain. I go, 2 girls over 20. Like, do I wish I answered or did something? Of course. But, like, my sport's, like, going crazy. And
just screenshot their profiles on IG.
Yeah.
Just put them on your phone. So every day you just, whenever you think about your hip or going in the outdoors, it's like, let's put a picture of them in the back of the sector and see if I can land a shot back there somewhere.
I'm going to ask a favor. Once you get your medal in Paris, I think you should give a personal shout out to Eric and Julian, Adam, and this guy named Wallace for their contribution and hard work they put into your performance.
You mean like how it breaks into pieces? You guys want your own?
No, I don't need the praise. I'm good. You already talked about how I'm good on the praise.
Yeah, I'm good too. I guess you tolerate me. So
yeah, you're lucky I haven't talked to you. That's your prize.
So yesterday you did a little broadcasting stuff. I'm glad that you joined us here and were able to step on the mic. Now we talked a little bit in Albuquerque about your life after throwing. And I was trying to convince you that you're a great personality. You're a beautiful personality. You need to get in front of the camera.
Try to be like you guys.
No, don't try to be like me. I hate this. I hate doing this stuff.
Yeah, I could tell you're really quiet and not asking me any questions.
I know, right? It's terrible. So have you given any thought to that? Not to fast forward you through the adversity into the end of your career, but have you given any thought to how you're going to apply your greatness after you're done in the sector?
I forgot we were talking about that because I was going to do the men's in Albuquerque and then I had a baby sleeping on me and stuff. I was like, I'm over it. No, I really like it. Like, I was kind of sad I had to go to medal ceremony so early. They made me go 30 minutes before. And I get there, and Wallace can attest to this because what we dealt with in Budapest. But I went there, and they made me sit for so long. I was like, I could have been commentating and shot. Right. And they said, well, people always show up late. They give me heart attacks. Like, so I just have people come, and then they like lock you in a room. They won't let you out. Nope. And it was like, I was like, she reminded me of him running around trying to find people to go to medal ceremonies. And I showed up and he goes, oh my gosh, thank God you're here.
Trying to find people's shoes.
And I literally was like, where was I supposed to be? And he goes, just don't ask me. Just don't ask me. Like, I'm just glad you're here. Get on your little buggy and go. And I was like, oh, but this lady, I was so sad because I had to leave, like commentating early. And I was like, I would have been here just on time. Like, I'm a thrower. Like, y'all need to put a side note. Like, we don't have to come 30 minutes before because like, I'll be here, I promise.
I want the medal, I promise.
Yeah. And we said, just don't pay people if they don't show up on time. I said, I bet you I said people show up the night before and they'll be like, your medal ceremony's tomorrow. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid today.
I need that.
Yeah. I love commentating, though. Okay. Like, especially, like, because I love, like, track and field. So I know everybody. So I get really excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I get to talk about like something I'm a big nerd about. So I like was doing men's shot put, and then it kind of comes out of me too, where I go, I know more about these dudes than I think I do. And then I'm sitting there going like, la 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 la, like on his birthday in 2019, we did this. Oh my gosh, like, but I really like it. So I could see it, but I also hate that when I do commentate these like men's competitions, that I feel like I can never watch them because I can't stand hearing myself.
I never listen to them. I've listened to 0 podcast episodes. Actually,
like I can't do it.
I don't even watch the videos.
My coach always said, did you see your interview came out? And I always go, yep, I don't care.
That's
I'm not listening.
Right there. That's
I'm not listening. I can't do it.
Yeah. You're so critical of yourself that you can't do it. I can't either.
I feel like I sound like this. This is how I feel like I sound.
Like if you would have ever told me, if they don't repeat to me, speak up, speak up, speak up, I wouldn't ever know that criticism because I don't even watch or listen. So
come on, man. It can't be. It's like that. But you have Instagram and all that other stuff, so clearly, like you watch. You just don't want to hear?
You know who runs my Instagram?
Who?
My husband.
Oh, it's all coming out now. It's all coming out.
I do my comments on
messages.
All right,
so if you slide in to chase DMs, just know.
He literally says, nobody respects me. And I said, what do you mean? And he will show me some DMs, and I'm like, that is out of pocket. That is so bad. Like, and he'll be like,
hey, listen, well, if they see him, I'm sure they'll respect him because he probably could put a lot of them in the garbage can for sure.
It's so funny because there was this comment on like one of my posts, and the guy goes, "Oh my gosh, marry me." And he goes, "Oh wait, you're already married. Sorry." And my husband just commented, "Thanks." It was so funny. I just love Instagram. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I'm telling you.
People taking shots on there. Huh?
It's so good. He goes, "Nobody respects me. They don't care that I'm here." I'm like, "No, they don't. They don't, honey. You're screwed."
So do you have any big plans for the rest of the trip? You're obviously done. You're done commentating.
Oh, yeah.
I think, unless we see you in there for the women's 400 final or something.
Yeah, right. I mean, I do love I love the 400.
You love a good 400.
I love it. Oh, my gosh. It's hard. So I'm, like, sitting there going, like, fat on the couch with my popcorn, like, ugh, come on, girl, pick it up. Like, pick up the pace. That backstretch was terrible. Like I could ever.
So, vacation plans before you get back to the States? You're already over here? You're going to see some family? What's the plan?
Right after this, me, my husband, my in-laws, and my parents, we're going to go caravanning in Scotland. So we got a motor home and a van. What?
We had this conversation, caravanning.
What?
Snatch. Never mind.
It's
You
a
just
movie?
taught me.
Oh, I know you're talking
What's Snatch? A movie?
She was just teaching me about the area, the do's and the don'ts.
Yeah, we got some insight to that last night. We went to go eat. And they were telling us about the police here. It was a very comical experience, actually.
Was it?
It was, yeah. We forgot they don't have guns here, so the guy was trying to warn us, like, "Hey, guys, be safe." And we were like, "Be safe? Like,
from what?
From what? We live in America."
I'm American.
We're just going to get something to eat.
Going to get something to eat. What are you talking about? So, caravanning, what are you talking about getting snatched? You ain't going to get snatched.
No. The caravanning thing. But say so people who travel, I'm assuming in caravans. The movie is called Snatch. I'm about to say, Adam should really do this, but here I am. Was it? You got Brad Pitt. It's Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a traveler, and that's what you're supposed to say. But they say some other things in the movies. And I was asking someone who thought they.
He came in and said like a derogatory term. I said, "Oh no, we don't say that."
Yeah, I didn't know.
I said, "You can't say that here," and he goes, "Oh, oops." I was like, he said it was in the movie, and I was like, "You can't say that."
Oh, I gotta go watch the movie.
It's good.
Yeah, but he was talking to me about it. I was like, "Relax, it's fine."
Was that your dad? Was that your dad? Your coach? Who said that? He was like,
my coach was sitting there.
I was there for this.
And he
I
goes,
just didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, he goes, "Don't say that. Don't say that." It was so funny. Wallace was like, "Oops, look, I didn't know I was supposed to say that."
He's like, "Don't say that," but I know
so
one.
Funny.
You just said don't say. He's like, "I can say it."
He goes, "We say it.
Yeah,
you don't say it.
Yeah,
you're American. You're not allowed to say that."
One of those things.
Totally.
No, understandable. Well, we appreciate you for joining us. Obviously, we had you on the cool down, so we've been watching intently, like all the athletes, and wish you and the family a good caravanning journey.
A safe one.
A safe one. Through the. Are you? Is hubby wearing a kilt, or is this week? What's the?
He wore one on our wedding.
Yeah, I saw that. So like. What are the occasion for kilts? Because we saw some people in kilts last night.
It's kind of, I feel like it's a free for all. So like, they wear them a lot for like getting fancy, right? Like doing something. But like also, I think my husband's done a lot of like Highlands games and stuff, and like lifting stones, and he wears them for that. So
that's fine.
I think they can really just pop one on when they want.
So he just to rewind a little bit. That's the person who's answering her DMs on Instagram.
He's lifting stones, moving pillars, doing the Hercules lifts.
I just want you to know, if you see a guy in a kilt, though, he does not have underwear on.
For real?
Right.
Yeah, you're not a true Scotsman if you've got underwear on.
A lot of people don't wear a lot of clothes out here, actually. It's been a little cold. We've seen people, it's like 30 degrees outside.
For us, I've noticed here, you dress for like what it's supposed to be, right? So,
what?
Like it's supposed, you know what I mean? Like it's springtime, so you're gonna be like.
So I'm gonna wear shorts.
Pretend it's spring. Because
spring where though?
I don't know, but this is 24/7. So now you know how I feel.
They're acting like it's spring in Miami.
Yeah, we were so confused.
Spring in Miami.
We were so confused. Like, what's going on? She has on basically spandex. And
they don't get a
outside.
lot of time, so they just
switch it up.
They
when
just
the calendar
go
says
cray.
it's supposed to be.
Yep, they say it's technically spring. I'm gonna spring it up.
Hey, well, listen, we're glad you were able to spring it up out there in the ring, and congratulations to you. Obviously, continued success.
He's trying to be like you.
You see how I did that? That was a good one. we appreciate you, and thank you for joining us on USATF's Journey to Gold podcast. Live
you
from
so
Glasgow.
much.
See you again outdoors.
Glasgow.
Yeah, we'll see you in Paris. Hopefully, we'll be sequestered.
We'll have her
to,
at U.S. Olympic trials.
I tried to skip the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Listen, it's foresight, man. You know, we living in the future.
You're
know what I'm
correct, but we want the whole
saying?
journey.
We want the whole journey, not the
Journey to
that's true.
gold.
Journey to gold. Stop. It leads through Eugene first. Okay. All right. We go
Period.
Eugene, Paris. There we go.
Period.
Chase Jackson,
Period.
everyone.